Hey guys, how you doing? Danmarsky here. And guys, I've got a special treat for you today because I'm going to be doing my rookie reaction video. Now, what's happened is, obviously I've been having the time of my life bringing my vlogs, living here, this adventure, living here in London, and bringing my vlogs to you guys. But I'm really looking to expand. I'm always looking to learn new things. So what's actually happened is I've just been keeping up with the news. You guys know that I'm a passionate rugby league fan, and I love all kinds of sports. But rugby league's something that I grew up with, and is something that is just part of me. I love it. And I read some news on the net that actually one of the greatest rugby league players, really of all time, Greg Inglis. It said that he's set to announce his retirement. Now, I'm at this stage, that's all I know at the moment. So here in London, I've just read that news on the net. So he hasn't actually retired, but this is a man who is 32 years old, but playing in such a physically brutal sport like rugby league. 32 can really be the equivalent of, say, getting close to your 40s, late 30s. In comparison to, say, a sport like maybe basketball or other semi-contact sports, because rugby league takes so much out of your body. So he is nearing the end of his career, but this is like a man who is an absolute legend and someone who's always inspired me. Certain athletes and certain people really move you, and Greg's always done that. So what I've done is I've gone onto YouTube and I've searched. I got a bit nostalgic, and I was like, I want to check out some of his highlight videos. So what we're going to do is I'm going to react to a Greg Inglis tribute, and guys, let's get into it. This will be a first, so I'm hoping this will be a regular thing. So I hope you enjoy, and let's do this. All right. Okay, guys. So here we are. And we're going to check out the best of Greg Inglis. So this is actually, I want to give a shout out, because I want to, really give credit where credit's due to the people that actually made this video. So it's from an actual YouTube channel called 13 Aside that I've subscribed to. So I'll put the link to this video, which will lead you to the channel in the description here, guys. We've got to keep the love here in the YouTube community. And give props and respect where it's due. So, good stuff, 13 Aside. All right, let's check it out, guys. The best of Greg Inglis. All right, so this is showing some of the teams that he's played for. The clubs: Melbourne Storm. Powerhouse. 2007 grand final. Oh, Jamie Soward. Oh, what a fun. Oh. Rattle your ribs up. Oh, on Willie Tonga. State of Origin teammate, Willie Tonga. Yep. Remember that try, 2009 preliminary final against the Broncos? Yep, that ended the Broncos season in 2008. Oh, look at Darren Lockyer. Looks like he's about to start crying. Devastating, that loss for the Bronx, but wow. Just about the best swerve and fend you'd ever want to see in grand final history there. That was 2007 grand final again against Manly. Shut the gate. 2009 grand final now. It's Parramatta.
And it's gone away from... It's gone for a field goal attempt from Inglis. Inglis has kicked his biggest.
Good kick too. Here's some origin highlights. As in Darren Lockyer's last game. Here we go. Get rid of Gasnier. double stiff arm. Over Mark Gasnier and Steve Turner.
That's a good piece of work. First and got it away. Inglis has made
such speed for a big man. Similar to Mal Meninga with that size and speed that's just been unseen in that magnitude.
It's a good one. And they're in to score the try, Greg Inglis. Scores. The McClawlers play on. And away they go, Inglis. Bumps off one, bumps off two. Then puts a hand on a third. Look at GI. Here's Greg Inglis. He's over the line. And what a player to score the first try of the afternoon. Here's Inglis to the corner. He started it. He finishes it. And then it's the exclamation point on the career of Greg Inglis at the Melbourne Storm.
Former Melbourne player Greg Inglis has officially signed with South Sydney.
So I'll just pause it there. So, yeah, you know, you can kind of, if you want to simplify Greg's career, you can kind of split it into two different eras. You know, as a young man of 18 years old, he made his debut with the Melbourne Storm in 2005. And so he played with the Melbourne Storm club from 2005 to 2010. And the reason I say you can split it into two eras isn't just because he played for two different clubs. You'll see in the videos, you know, just his playing style. It was just as effective and just as, you know, game changing and game impacting in both eras, no doubt. But he went about it in slightly different ways, a lot due to his physical maturation as well. So when he was playing for Melbourne, he was one of the quickest players, one of the fastest sprinters in the league for sure. You know, very tall. He's 6'5" actually, 195 centimeters. And back then, his playing weight in that era was more around 96, 98 kilograms. So around 220 pounds for you folks who use those particular scales. But yeah, and you know, as basically transitioning into 2009, to be honest, that's when he really bulked up a lot. And, you know, just due to age and, you know, he's so tall, he carried that weight beautifully. But he bulked up to about 106 kilograms. And so with South Sydney, he was much more of a physical presence and I guess, you know, being able to read the game. And he also played fullback for South Sydney. So he moved from being a centre, usually a left centre, and he played a bit of 5'8" too. Like you'll see him wearing the number 6, you know, in Melbourne's grand final win in 2007, actually, and won Clive Churchill medal. But yeah, two different eras, two different playing styles, subtle. You know, he's always still the same kind of player and had same skill set, obviously. But yeah, different ways of you know impacting the game. So let's check it out. Now we're into the South Sydney era, which was from 2011 onwards. So let's check it out. I just got to pause it here because I know what's coming up here. This game, you know, myself being a Broncos season ticket holder, this is 2014, and it's the night before Good Friday, so it's the Thursday before Good Friday, and you know, yes, I do have a bizarro memory. I can remember little facts like that, but this try makes you remember these kind of things because, you know, even though I'm a Broncos supporter, growing up, you know, Ipswich just next to Brisbane. You know, I can appreciate any type of football. I just love the game so much. I can appreciate, you know, good athletes from whatever team. Doesn't matter what state, sport, country, whatever. You know, I just love competition and respect the game. But this try was honestly one of the most freakish tries I've ever seen in my life. So let's check it out. I was here watching this game. He destroyed us that night.
put it down so confidently.
Goes through the gap. Now, the athlete, Greg Inglis, is off and running. He's pursued, but they're not going to catch him. And Greg Inglis scores his second of the night. Oh, Greg Inglis, Sonny Bell, sorry.
It was round 1, 2015. Remember that game? He got hammered by Sonny Bill and just see you later. Yeah, it wasn't some scrub that he bumped off. Sonny Bill Williams. Oh, Josh Hoffman. I met Josh Hoffman, he's a nice guy. And he's all right, David. He got hammered. Yep, 2012 Indigenous game. This is. Oh no. Yeah. Not the best thing to jump in the grave. Alright. Oh yeah, one of the best tries. Unbelievable. We got it. Boom. Bumped off fullback. Sammy Burgess. And what's the support play? Unbelievable. Against my Broncos team. The Goanna. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. That was sensational. Sensational rugby league. Boom.
Sutton goes short to a second.
Oh. That Lachlan Pete. Fullback to Thomas. Oh. The ankle someone. Yeah, I think it was. Oh. Oh. Very nominated Sutton. Look at the awareness on Aquila Uarte, one of the most powerful wingers. No, you stop it, he stripped it. I think South regarded that ball too.
That's really solid contact there from Inglis, isn't it? He's a long way infield.
Not just a one-dimensional player at all, multi-dimensional. Great defensive player from the fullback position, and had the strength and that length too with his arms to be able to hold up the ball in really, situations when other fullbacks wouldn't have been able to get there. The way he could roll, just great body awareness. Natural footballer, real backyard footy player, unbelievable. Yeah, there's that spatial awareness I was talking about. Unbelievable. That's just from growing up around rugby league. His dad was a great country rugby league player. He grew up around it. Growing up in Barryville, born in Kempsey, and just sensational. Cool JT's pants down there. Oh, Jono didn't. Yeah, let's find that. Some Origin highlights. 2015, game 2 in Melbourne, I think. New South Wales won that game though, but this was a decider that year, and he's moved to fullback, and he maybe had his best Origin game ever. Here we go, this is the decider. Sweeping around behind those decoy players, and he always played great at fullback and Origin. Billy Slater was unbelievable, but Greg never let Queensland down. That's for sure. This was Darren Lockyer's last game. Grady got Queensland on the board early. Great kick from Jono. He rose in big games. He always played his best in big matches, rep matches. He was unbelievable. This is the Centenary Test, 2008. Just pause it there. What you just saw, they're going to show the replay there, but unbelievable. That was the 2008 Centenary Test. So that was celebrating 100 years of rugby league. Rugby league kicked off in Australia, that is, in 1908. And it was sensational. I remember we had a function at the school that I was teaching at the time, and we had quite a few New Zealanders at the school too. So we set up a television outside and watched it on a big screen. It was awesome. We had a barbecue. And it was sensational, and that was the first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the first try of the match. That was early in the match, and Greg Inglis was. This was still early in his Australian career. This was, still he probably only played maybe half a dozen Test matches by that stage, early 2008. And he was out in the wing, as you can see. Mark Gasnier was still the left centre, but you could just see the not just the potential; it was reality by then. The awareness when the ball was going out of his hands, then to have the awareness to make sure these feet were in the field of play, to leap for the ball then, and have the peripheral vision to see Mark Gasnier behind him, incredible. One of the greatest tries of all time. At the old Sydney Creek ground, see? This was, the World Cup later that year against the Poms, England and Melbourne, and Greggy cut them apart. Poor old American team. It's great that emerging nations are playing, but the Aussies and English with wearing the old jerseys out. It's 2014 against Samoa, 2014 again. Represented his country proudly. Let's play great and again and goal, baby. Like I said, those in big matches. It's huge in that match. You got a glare bucket. Child centre defender. Good step, ready. Alex Johnson scored that try, I remember that. And he ran the length then. Alright, here we go, 2014 Grand Final. The final South Sydney made the big Grand Final. It's the Goanna. Sensational. So I'll just pause it there. So those of you who aren't aware, like South Sydney is one of the founding clubs. So they were actually in the competition in 1908. Unbelievable, isn't it, that a club can still be existing, but it's great that we can keep that tradition in rugby league. And Souths hadn't won a premiership. So a premiership is like a title win for those people, from other countries who aren't quite aware of rugby league. So in our grand final is like our American version of our Super Bowl, and South Sydney actually hadn't even they hadn't won a grand final since 1971. Yeah, before 2004 when they beat St George 71. Yeah. So it was a long time between drinks. What's that? 33 years. So in 2014. After being at South for 3 years, South Sydney, Greg led South Sydney to the grand final, and he had a lot of help. It always takes a team, but and scored that unbelievable try, and then celebrated with the Goanna. Sensational. Let's keep this rolling.
And a good decoy by McQueen. They find Inglis. He comes to his opposite number, and it gives the opposite number.
Well, right, fan. That was his go-to, and he's making contact. He used the old upper, like I said, spatial awareness. Just knowing where the post is, how to position himself to get the other player out of the picture. And when he put the foot down, I love the way he could carry the ball too, almost like a baton in a relay. The ball never slowed him down. Most players lose speed running with the football, but Greggy almost gained speed with the ball. He had a unique way to carry the ball in his left arm. That kept his right arm available to fend as well. So he perfected that technique. He had that from a young age, actually. You'd see him using that when he was playing for Norths in Brisbane in the Queensland Cup in 2005 still. I dare say he developed that so naturally to him, and he developed it in his childhood too, in his junior days. Against his cousin Albert Kelly. We're going to let Kelly get over him there. Sometimes you'd want him to run the ball a bit more, Greggy, and he's so unselfish.
That is unbelievable. Stewart, putting in the open side. Coming to Inglis.
No. Who was that video on there? Oh, Matty Utai. Matt Utai is about 105, 110 kilos too. No, but he just nailed it. Feel that? So, I haven't seen that try before. Newcastle. What a reach. For those boxing aficionados, it's like a Thomas Hearns reach. Trying to hit me in hands. Wow, how long did that arm extend? So we're wrapping up there. 13 aside, the YouTube channel that supplied that. Good stuff. All right. So yeah, that's the end of the best of Greg Inglis video by 13 aside. Good job, 13 aside. As a lifelong Greg Inglis fan and rugby league fan, that was sensational. Awesome job. So yeah, you know, you would have heard a few comments in there. And yeah, so hopefully, you know, if you're not that familiar with rugby league or you want to take a trip down memory lane, as Greg, he's already announced his retirement from representative football. He was hoping to play next year, but just club. But yeah, at this stage, and you know, probably by the time I actually put this video up, you know, we may know whether Greg Inglis has retired indeed from rugby league. So I wanted to get the jump start because, you know, he's been such an inspiration to watch. Yeah, Greg, I just want to tip my hat to you, man. You know, you're an absolute credit and been a great ambassador for rugby league. And yeah, I wish you all the very best. You know, in whether it is retirement from now on, probably by the time you see this video, we'll know it. But yeah, hopefully you're hanging around. I hope that you keep playing. You know, but whatever makes you happy, man. And I know you've been battling the you know, the scars from playing probably the most gladiatorial sport, or one of them, definitely one of the most gladiatorial sports out there, for sure. You know, so Greg Inglis, I salute you and wish you all the very best, man. And guys, hope to bring you more reaction videos, and yeah, and hopefully you enjoyed the little knowledge drops in there too, but I really enjoyed watching that. Alright guys, Danmarsky signing off from my first reaction video. Much love guys, peace, and check you guys later.